Hey everyone, we are back. We are on our last camping trip of the year. Tomorrow we winterize, and we are at Shabbona State Park in Illinois. Me personally, I'm not a fan of Illinois state parks, having been to state parks in Indiana and Michigan
And Wisconsin.
and Wisconsin. Illinois state parks just don't compare. So, that's my opinion.
We do have a couple that are our favorites that are better than most, but they're
But they
definitely
don't-
not to the level of the states around us.
Yeah. So to talk about some of the good things about this park, I'm going to let Karen do the talking.
So Shabbona Lake State Park, we're probably about 30 minutes from Aurora, Illinois. So it's fairly close to the western suburbs of Illinois, or of Chicago, I should say. So it's a very popular spot. I think this campground or this state park is known for the lake. So there have been a number of record fish pulled out of this lake. It's a man-made lake. It's dammed on one end, and it's really a beautiful lake. We're kind of in the middle of cornfields and windmills all around us. The town of Shabbona itself is kind of a blink and you miss it type of town. So this is the kind of campground that is nice if you live particularly in the Chicago suburbs, want a quick getaway. That's what we use it for, like our little short weekends, 2-nighters, 3-nighters max. And really during the summer it's water sports, so it's a no-wake lake, so it's really meant for fishing. And they do rent pontoons, fishing boats, and kayaks, so that, and stand-up paddle boards. So that is all available at the day use area. There is a restaurant called Poconokas that has kind of your burgers and hot dogs and sandwiches and salads that you can get. They are open usually through the end of October, so that's something that is in season when we're here. There's lovely hiking trails. They have a lot of areas that are kind of being restored with natural prairie grasses and things like that, so that is really nice. It is a large park, so because it's got the lake, the roads and the trails kind of span a lot. So if you're a hiker or you like to bike, there's not any trails that are specifically intended for biking, but there's a lot of roads to cover on your bike. The campground itself has 3 different loops. One is all walk-in, first come, first serve sites.
And isn't
then
that one open year-round?
I believe it's open year-round. It, I think, is electric only, and then I think they have some primitive too for like group and youth camping. And then the other 2 loops have electric only, obviously because it's a state park. Water available at the dump station, so fill up before you pull in. And those are reservable through about the end of October, I think, and then they kind of go to their off season, and then in April reservations pick up again. But it's really an interesting park. Thinking that we're out in the kind of in the middle of farm fields everywhere else around us, it's actually quite hilly. So you get some beautiful rolling hills here around the lake. It's all tree lined. It's very pretty much dense deciduous forest. There is some pine. So the colors in the fall are incredible usually. There's a lot of oaks and maples here, so you're going to get the beautiful golds and reds of those trees in the fall. But yeah, it's a very popular park year-round. There's hunting here, actually, that I believe has started up in the last couple of weeks and will be ongoing throughout the rest of the fall. But we like it just because it's so close to where we live, and we can take short trips out here for those little weekends.
One nice thing about the campground is that if you like camping in the woods, there's a spot for you. If you like camping in the open, there's a spot for you. It's an older park, it's an older campground. Some of the sites are going to be small. You'll get your camper in and maybe one vehicle. And even then with that one vehicle, you may have to jiggle it around a little bit to get it to fit into your space.
Yep. And just kind of talking about the sites, a lot of them are not perfectly level, so you might be pointing down, you might be pointing back. When you pull into most of the sites, there is a drainage ditch, so you're going to need to be like right spot on to get into your spot. So that's also something to keep in mind. But there are some pretty big rigs in here, so it can accommodate all camping units.
Anything else?
No, I mean, in terms of outside of the campground, it's a good spot if you did want to like go into DeKalb or kind
DeKalb,
of,
that's it.
yeah, DeKalb or the western suburbs of Chicago. You know, you're talking about a 30 to 45-minute drive to get to the Aurora area, but that is fairly close if you're looking for a place to camp and access that area. If you were to go into the city, you'd probably be looking at about an hour and a half to 2 hours to get into the city if you wanted to use this as your launching pad.
So, Illinois prides itself on the fact that its state parks do not require an admission fee. Indiana requires it, Michigan requires it, Wisconsin requires it, and if you take a look at the state parks in those 3 states, you will see what the benefit of that is. State parks in Illinois are vastly underfunded. It's just not high on the priority list. As everybody knows, Illinois is not known for having the most trustworthy and ethical legislators. So they've got other interests that are pulling the money in other directions. I think if state parks did do a $10 fee or something like that, you would see a significant change in the state parks. I'll give you an example. Van Buren State Park in South Haven, Michigan recently upgraded all of its shower houses. They are incredible. And granted, they're brand new, but they're very nice. You know, if I were to compare it to a place, let's say...
That being said, they had the same shower houses for 40 years. So not every state is perfect. Obviously, in Michigan, a lot of their funding went to their, you know, their crown jewel, as they do here. Not that we would say that State Park is, you know, or that Starved Rock is probably one of our crown jewels, but I wouldn't say that it's as taken care of as well as a Ludington or a Peninsula in Wisconsin.
The last time we were at Starved Rock, and granted it's been a number of years, you walk into the shower house and there's peeling paint on the wall. You're not going to see that. At least we have not seen that at any state parks outside of Illinois. So
that being said, the shower house here is actually pretty decent. You know, it's nice.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Like I said, I'm not a fan of Illinois state parks in general. There are some that are good. There are some where, like Illini State Park is right along the Illinois River, and you can watch the barges and the tugs go down the river.
It's one of our favorite state
That
parks.
to me makes up for the other parts that are lacking at in the state park system. So little things like that. One thing that we should mention about Shabbona here is they do have a camp store. You can get ice, firewood,
fishing supply, you know, fishing tackle and stuff.
Snack type stuff. So it does have that going for it. We're not going to give a big score for this one because it is a state park. It is what it is. We wouldn't give a big score for any place in Michigan or Indiana. We're going to reserve those for the private ones. So thumbs up, thumbs in the middle, thumbs down.
In terms of Illinois state parks where we've stayed, I give this a thumbs up because, like I said, it is a beautiful park naturally. Really love it. We usually camp here in the fall. I have camped here for a week during the summer. So it is a really nice park, especially if you want to come out in the midweek. You'll probably have a good chance of getting a good site because the weekends, especially in the fall and summer, do fill up quickly. But I give it a thumbs up because I really like this park.
I'm going to give it a thumbs in the middle, which is probably one of the best ratings I've given to an Illinois state park, to be quite honest. So, all right, that's it for us. That's it for camping videos for the year. Say hello to Cleo. She's wearing her little jacket. It's in the upper 40s today. At least the wind's not too bad. So we did a drive-through of the campground in the day use area. I'll go ahead and throw that on. Please enjoy it. If you liked what you saw, hit that. Well, you know what to do with the buttons. And we will see you next time. Thank you very much.